I started crying. That was like so sweet.
Did you?
I would like did not expect it. That was like the sweetest thing ever.
Okay, all right. So we'll just continue where we left off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll just start with
Yeah,
my
no, you're done
answer.
passing
Okay,
it, yeah.
okay. Perfect. Okay. Now I have to be like, yeah.
No, let it go. Let it go.
Yeah.
Being honest, real, and authentic is what has been making this work.
Yeah,
So
100%.
just be yourself. Be real.
Okay. So thank you so much for that question because I think it's really important to be open and honest about just lifting in general. I think there's always a reason why people are here, and there's a reason why people like come here alone every single day because it's all about who they found themselves. I think this is like the first place that people find themselves like in their lives, like separate from like a sport that maybe like people have pushed them to do or like a coach has pushed them to do. This is like the only person that you're here for is yourself. Like your 2 feet get you in here. Nobody else is driving you to the gym unless like your mom drives you to the gym when you're like 12. Um, but it's like this was the first place that I feel like I found who I wanted to be. When I first started college, I feel like I wasn't doing that much for myself. I was doing a lot for other people. I had like a relationship at the time, and I feel like I wanted to do everything he wanted to do. And then when I started college, I just wanted to follow the crowd. I wanted to go to the parties. I wanted to drink. I wanted to do everything that made me feel like I was a part of something, but I wasn't a part of anything for myself. And that was what was so hard, and that is what caused such distraught in my own life because I had everything else. It seemed like I had a great major, I had a great life, I had like great parents, great friends, but I didn't have what made me special. And that is why the gym has become such a big part of my life because it was that missing piece that made me believe in myself, that made me believe in commitment and discipline and motivation. And all of that has come from just stepping in here every day. So,
That was
oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. That was one of the most amazing answers I've literally ever heard in my entire life. When you meet her for the first time, you immediately connect with her. You can see that she's like a real person. So that's what I absolutely love. As far as like, what sort of challenges has the gym helped you to overcome personally? And what does it mean to you to be doing this for yourself?
So there's definitely a mental and physical aspect of the gym. Physically, obviously, the confidence is very important, but also knowing that it can somehow increase the longevity of your life. Like we have a very beautiful life ahead of us, and I think that if I can help myself and my future self, like today and tomorrow, I think that's what has helped me so much physically. Aside from like obviously the benefits of having muscle, I have actually pretty severe scoliosis. I've had it since I guess I was a kid, but they caught it pretty late. So it's like surgery worthy scoliosis. And, you know, it's not something that people see immediately when they look at me. And I used to be very insecure about it, but now I'm not insecure at all about it. And if anything, like I have to point it out to people because if I were to get the surgery and if I were to like have that happen, I know that I would recover a lot faster because I have a stronger body, I have a stronger mind, and I know that I am capable of things that I didn't think I would be capable of because I have a curved spine. And it's not even like noticeable anymore because I worked so hard to prove that you can defy any sort of ailment that you have in your body and that like no matter what people tell you, like you can defy those odds. And definitely the gym was the perfect way to accentuate that. So
Right, I
yeah.
totally agree. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's about looking good. Sure, if we look great, that's awesome. That's a bonus. It's also about the mental aspects, showing up for yourself, having that discipline, knowing that you can do something that you put your mind to. It's respecting yourself, and also it's all the benefits to health. There's multiple mental, emotional, and physical benefits. So, I really respect everything you just said. And what made you make that switch? What made you make that? What changed in that moment that you decided to dedicate to yourself and the gym?
It definitely was a lot. I know it's actually interesting because I feel like a lot of people say that it's harder in college to like get into fitness because you have all these classes and all that, which I completely understand. Like I was an engineer in the beginning of my college career, and I made sure to dedicate my time like as if the gym was a class. Like it is so important, obviously, to be there for educational purposes, of course. But what I realized is that my mental health and my educational health was so much even. It's the. Sorry, I don't know how to explain
No,
it.
you're killing it. You're killing it.
I think mental, educational, and physical health should all be treated the same. that even though you're in college and you're trying to get your education, you also need to educate yourself on your body and how it's changing and how that is what shows up for all these extra activities. Like if you have a strong body, you also have a strong mind. If you have a strong mind, then you're capable of a strong body. They all coincide. So I think that the second I went to college, I moved all the way to Purdue. It was hard, but I realized that I had to defy how hard that was. I'd never lived outside of my own state, and it was definitely a humbling experience because you learn so much about new people. But that is like the beauty of perspective, and I think that through college and gaining my own perspective in the gym, it helped me with everything else. And I think it even made it easier when I was isolated and alone, and I needed to make my own routine for myself. I had nothing else better to do, so I basically thought that college was the perfect time to do everything that I did not want to bring to the real world, and then all the things that I wanted to bring to the real world, I would come out of college with. So.
Are you all blown away yet? Because I'm completely blown away by all of her answers. You can see why she's successful. It's because of her mindset. And that's what it's about. It starts with the mindset. I absolutely love that. So what would you say to inspire someone else who needs that? You know, you want to, like, if you were to transfer how you feel and what you think to them, what would it be?
I think my favorite theory, I love talking in metaphors because I think that when you don't understand something in yourself, the best way to understand something is to speak in a metaphor because you're using words and terminologies that maybe you are familiar with. And my favorite metaphor, I don't know if you've heard it, but I see it all over the internet now, which is good because I think it's like the best, is the water bottle theory, where a water bottle costs different things.
Yeah.
A water bottle costs different amounts in different places. At a gas station, it could be like $1. At a hotel, it could be $3, or like in the airport, it's like $20 for some reason. But it just is the same water bottle. It has the same contents. It has the same insides. So maybe sometimes it's not what's inside that is bothering you, or maybe it's not you. Maybe it's your environment, and changing your environment can be the blessing that you're looking for. Just how I found my people in the gym and how they're the most motivating and the most self-bettering people I've ever met in my life. So once I realized that I was comfortable with myself, I recognized that it was just my environment that I needed to find the right people with. And that's where my friends in college came from. That's where my friends back home came from. So just finding the right environment, you really thrive. So yeah.
What I notice about people who are into health and fitness, into the gym, they're just into self-development overall in many aspects of their life. So that's why it's important. And I totally resonate with that. As far as social media, listen, I would recommend this. Put yourself out there, because the only way you're going to find your people, or one of the only ways, is to expose yourself. Be vulnerable. And you will find people that are like-minded and you will get along with, right? So you have to take that risk and put yourself out there. As far as what would you say to people who are looking to connect on social media, build a social media, and kind of do the gym thing, or just in general with social media? What advice would you give them?
Social media can be honestly pretty testing because the only thing that you kind of have to present is yourself. Everyone is obviously different and unique, but that is like the beauty of it all. And being a part of everyone else is not something that is going to give you the grace that you are you, and that you're going to be the only person that ever exists that's going to be you. So I think the only thing and the only advice I can give that is the most important, I know it's like a broken record saying, but if you're not yourself, then honestly you're not going to make it, because then you assimilate into everybody else, and then you eventually just don't show your own authentic self. And if you're going to be the only you, then show the only you, and show that everyone is special, but show why you are special. Every single person has a reason to be special. I always like to say that we all have different fingerprints, so we're biologically supposed to be different. It is such a beautiful thing that we're each given our own life to accentuate and to show. So if you feel like you're not special enough or you don't believe in yourself, just remember the most basic thing is that you are your only you, so just accentuate that alone.
Yeah, so I'm completely enamored with everything she's saying. I'm just completely locked in and focused. As far as what I would say, I definitely agree with that. If you're going to do this and you want to be real, you want to be honest, because just be you. So I guess in closing, I want to know, What's next for you? You know, you can see she's obviously very bright. She has an amazing mindset. So she's definitely someone that sets an example. What do you think you want to do next?
I think given the blessing of such a big platform right now is something that I've tried to figure out like what my next steps are, because when you're given such a platform, it's hard to not have so many visions for yourself. You want to go in this direction, you want to go in this direction, you want to try this, you want to try that. But I think what's next for me is trying to lock in on one thing, specifically just my training and just making sure that all my clients are happy. I do want to dabble in writing and becoming an author, hopefully in the future. I think that is definitely my next steps. I've been thinking about competing, but I'm just trying to save up money for that right now because I want to have a good coach and I want to do it right.
You need to sponsor her.
Any
you wanna
good
pick the
coaches.
winning horse. You want to have someone who's successful. You sponsor her right now. And if this helped you, it's going to inspire a lot of people. Share it. Put it out there. If you have questions, contact us. Put it in the comments.
Definitely.
All right. All right.